So we're sitting here, Slim, San Francisco, here with XV, coming out of Kansas, Wichita, surprisingly. And, I've heard a lot of people saying that they're surprised by the hip-hop scene coming out of Kansas and acting like there's no hip-hop music whatsoever. Right. So tell me about Kansas a little bit and how you came out here and started your thing.
You know what? It's a common misconception. And it's not even only with Kansas. It's just with any city or state that's really not well known to the hip-hop demographic. If I was out of, I can say anywhere, Springfield, whatever, because there's Springfield in every state. If I was out of Springfield, Alabama, or in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I go, I'm from Albuquerque, and they'll go, what? Even though that humans exist there, they act like it's the weirdest thing that person knows what music is. So it's not weird to me that people have their misconceptions, but just like any other small town, we have a hip-hop music scene there. We have a lot of dope artists, and I'm luckily one of them. And it's cool because, I was actually one of the very first hip-hop artists in Wichita, Kansas to land a major recording deal. And for people in my city and other small cities like that, Albuquerque, New Mexico, or even like a Gary, Indiana, where Freddie Gibbs is from, or even Pittsburgh, where Wiz Khalifa's from, isn't really a well-known hip-hop city. There's not a lot of huge artists out of Pittsburgh. And I feel like I'm just one of the new artists that's actually putting my city on the map, just like J. Cole's doing for North Carolina. And, Asher Roth even did it for Pennsylvania. What it is just that there's no bars anymore. It's not only the New York rapper, the LA rapper getting on.
And that's what I like about your attitude. It's not about starting in Kansas and moving out of Kansas. It's about bringing a hip-hop scene to Kansas.
Exactly. I said on a record, I want to lift the game and bring it to where I'm at. And that's basically what I'm doing with my whole movement. I actually still live in Kansas. I was talking to the DA from Chester French yesterday, and he was like, where you live at now? I'm like, I still live in Kansas. And he's like, dude, you got to get out of there. I'm like, why? I'm like, if I do that, I feel like it'll give the wrong, conception of the other people in my city. They'll say, well, XV moved to New York, and that's how he got on. No, I never left. I brought New York to me. I brought LA to me. All those label people that have talked about me, they had to come to Wichita to find me.
And then can you name drop any people we should be looking for in Kansas?
There's a few dope artists. Says Batters, who I bring out at all my shows. He's dope. Freddie High. And there's another guy named Mr.com who's crazy. He's actually one of my favorite local MCs. Another guy named Chris Barnett and Manish Law. That group of rappers, they're all young like me, and they're all coming up. And I feel like once I've branded what Kansas is, those artists will be names that you'll go back and listen to this, this internet radio or college radio, and you'll go back and you'll say, dang, that's that guy that XV was talking about, in 2011 when he was nobody. Now he's headlining with Justin Bieber. It's crazy.
So you've been a hardworking cat in the game since about 2006 is when you started really releasing a bunch of mixtapes, and something like 16 mixtapes since 2006.
Easily. 40 Days, 40 Nights could be considered about 4 to 5 mixtapes.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anybody who doesn't know, 40 Days, 40 Nights, you're releasing a song every day and night for 40 days.
Yeah, 80 new songs. I actually listened to it for the very first time all the way through in Las Vegas the other day.
Nice.
I was like, I have this nice suite. I'm just going to listen to all of 40 Days, 40 Nights. I'm just going to sit back and read magazines and listen to 40 Days, 40 Nights. And I was like, I'm surprised at myself here. This is kind of awesome. So if you can find that, go back and get that. That's an awesome collection.
What's cool about the mixtapes is that you are releasing them for free, pretty much for everyone.
Definitely.
And so now you just got signed by Warner Brothers, and things are really starting to pop off for you.
Definitely.
So you're coming out with a debut album soon, and when
soon.
should we expect that?
Hopefully, all artists, once they get on the label, they automatically are like, coming out in a few months.
Yeah.
So God willing, I'll be coming out, fall 2011. And it really just all depends on radio and marketing. I want everything to be right with my debut. The Kid the Green Backpack, I've been planning for a long time. This idea is kind of like, I don't know if you all know, but I'm a big movie buff. Inception has been created in Christopher Nolan's mind for maybe 10 years. That's what Kid the Green Backpack is for me. I've redid this album 5 times already, and I'm on my 5th one with Just Blaze now. And it's crazy because I'm taking little pieces of every single one and moving it over to the new album now.
Do you have any features lined up for that? Like, in your mind, who are the features on the Kid in the Green Backpack right now?
One feature that I've actually got and still working with is Patrick Stump. Me and Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. We've actually done 2 records so far. One of them's for the album, one of them's for a new project I'm about to release very soon. And so Patrick Stump, I want him to be part of it. He reached out to me actually, and I was amazed because I'm a big fan of Fall Out Boy. It's crazy to be on tour with Peak Wentz right now. So Patrick Stump, you'll definitely hear on that. Who else in my mind? Let me think. Because I made this list so many different times, and it's changed so many different ways. Nas, I have a record that I want to put Nas on, and it's actually my favorite record on the album. And Janelle Monáe, I have a record I want to put Janelle Monáe on, and Lupe Fiasco. So yeah, Lupe Fiasco, Janelle Monáe, Patrick Stump.
That really lucked out working with a lot of great artists.
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
It's a collective, the hip hop industry.
It is.
It's great to be working with so many cool people.
You know what it is? Some artists kind of separate themselves from other artists, and to be honest, that's cool. And I know it adds more mystery to the artist, but me, I'm such a friendly people person. I just love positivity. If somebody's out there doing something positive with their life and their career, their music, I want to reach out. I want to be part of that energy. And that's just how I am. And it's like, I feel like no matter what the artist is like, we can click and connect on some kind of basis. I've been that way with Nipsey Hussle, who is gang bang, Crips, Lawson, LA'd out. And I'm just a square dude from Kansas, but me and him, we chilled and we smoked and we connected as if we've known each other our whole lives. And to be able to do that with multiple artists, we just make music in the process. So it's dope to get to work with the J. Coles and Big Sean's, and that will go further. And then I'll be like, yeah, man, me and Andre 3000, we were just hanging out and we were bull riding one day and we were like, yo, let's write a verse. Who knows? That might happen.
Yeah,
that might happen. So
hip hop brings people together.
It does. It really does.
Okay, so you mentioned J. Cole, and I'm like a super J. Cole fan. Were you able to actually get in the studio with him for Smallville, or was it just an email send exchange?
It was like an email. He texted me out of nowhere and was just like, yo, what's your email? I'm about to send you some beats. And I was like, real? And he was like, yeah, because I've been trying to get beats from him forever. And J. Cole's always on his grind, working on his own stuff. So he hit me and was like, I'm gonna send you some beats that I had in mind for you. And Smallville actually came about because when I heard it, I knew that was the beat that he thought this is going to be an XV beat, because I've sampled Smashing Pumpkins before in my music. So I was like, this is probably the one, and then the other ones he just kind of found for me, because we have about 3 other ones that nobody's heard yet that are awesome. So that one, it just came about, and when I recorded it, I sent them all to him. I was like, yo, which one do you like the most? It used to be called Exodus, actually. And it was like, Exodus, that one. And I was like, yo, I'm going to change the title to Smallville because, I'm from Kansas, he's from the Ville, and I'm a huge comic book fan. I was like, yo, that title just works. Let's just call it Smallville because it's about my beginning. And if you listen, I'm actually telling the story about how Superman arrives, because I say, I crashed in the lawn. The effect that I met was like a splash in the pond. I rapped for my mom in the back of a car, and kind of how Superman picked up the car. It's all a story that I'm telling how I became a rapper, how I became the kid with the green backpack. So yeah.
When do we get the other 3 tracks?
The other 3 tracks, I'm actually going to be dropping one next week. It's called Watch Me Go. So look out for that one. It's just some awesome punchlines and bars. I say some pretty cool things on that, so look out for that.
And is MySpace still the best place to catch all your new music?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. On my Twitter, I'm always saying crazy things on there. So every now and then I'll throw new music, and then there's all the music. So my Twitter at X to the V. Y'all go to twitter.com/X to the V. That's me. Everything /X to the V, actually. If you're looking for me on YouTube, youtube.com/X to the V, X to the V.tumblr.com, X to the V takes over the world.com, everything. X to the V.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. And
hey, thank you.
Excellent show up there.
Yo, what's going on? This your boy X to the V, and you checking out KSFS.